As the younger sister of King Charles III, Princess Anne has always been known for her quiet dedication, hard work, and no-nonsense approach to royal duties. She has often been content to remain in the background while others took the spotlight. The pressure applied to the younger members of the royal family can be hard to deal with, but in a surprising turn of events, everything is about to change. Princess Anne, who has led a life of duty and passion, is now making revelations that have shocked everyone. Born on August 15, 1950, Princess Anne arrived at Clarence's house into a life of immense privilege and immense pressure. She was the second child and only daughter of Princess Elizabeth, Duchess of Edinburgh, who would soon become Queen Elizabeth II, and Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. Her arrival was marked by a grand 21-gun salute in Hyde Park. From the beginning, her path was destined to differ from that of her elder brother, Charles. While Charles was being prepared for his future role as king, and grew up understanding that her life would follow a different trajectory. Anne's childhood was far from typical, even within her own family. Her mother ascended the throne in 1952, following the passing of King George VI. As queen, Elizabeth was often occupied with the demands of royal duty, leaving Anne and her brothers, Charles, Andrew, and Edward, in the care of a governess, Catherine Peebles. Despite Peebles' care, Anne often felt the sting of loneliness as the only girl in the family. Charles, being groomed for kingship, was the focus of much attention, while Anne understood from a young age that she would never occupy such a central role. Instead, her future was shaped by responsibilities that required her to remain in the shadows, yet still under the royal spotlight. Unlike the carefree childhood many might imagine for a princess, Anne's days were structured, disciplined, and tailored to prepare her for a supportive role within the monarchy. Her mother became queen when Anne was just 2 years old, a shift that dramatically altered the family's dynamics. While the world's eyes were on young Charles as the heir to the throne, Anne was guided toward a future that emphasized duty without requiring the public scrutiny her brother endured. She embraced her position with grace, understanding that she was not in line to be queen, a reality she accepted early on and never sought to change. Over time, Anne's position in the line of succession slipped further following the births of Charles's sons. Far from feeling resentful, she took pride in contributing to the royal family in her unique way. It was as though she had silently renounced any claim to the throne, focusing instead on carving out her own path. However, she remained unaware that dramatic changes were on the horizon. One of the most defining aspects of Anne's character has always been her love of horses. Equestrianism became her true passion and, in many ways, her escape. Encouraged to pursue hobbies and interests, Anne naturally gravitated toward horses. While the public saw her as Princess Anne, she found solace in the stables, where she could simply be herself. Her achievements in the sport were remarkable. At the age of 21, she won the European Eventing Championship, becoming a celebrated figure in the sports world. This passion not only shaped her identity but also reflected her resilience and dedication, qualities that would define her entire life. In 1971, Anne was named the BBC Sports Personality of the Year, an accolade that underscored her exceptional dedication and skill. She competed with the British eventing team for over 5 years, even representing her country at the 1976 Olympic Games in Montreal. Despite suffering a concussion during one of the events, Anne's renowned determination shone through as she remounted her horse and completed the course, despite having no memory of the jumps. Her influence extended beyond her competitive years. In 1986, she became president of the Fédération Équestre Internationale, solidifying her position as a key figure in the equestrian world. Beyond the competitive arena, Anne has championed the sport and its athletes, using her platform to promote discipline and provide support. Since 1971, she has been a devoted patron of the Riding for the Disabled Association, a role she continues to cherish. Today, Princess Anne is recognized as one of the royal family's most respected and industrious members, a reputation earned through decades of unwavering commitment. Since the age of 18, Princess Anne has exhibited an extraordinary work ethic, embracing her royal duties with unrelenting dedication. Her public responsibilities began in 1969 after completing secondary school, with the opening of an educational and training centre in Shropshire. This marked the start of a lifelong journey of representing the royal family both domestically and internationally. Over the years, Anne has travelled extensively, visiting countries such as Norway, Jamaica, Australia, and Russia, making her one of the royal family's most travelled members. Her first overseas engagement was a state visit to Austria with her parents, followed by a tour of Australia in 1970. This set the stage for a career defined by global representation, fostering international relationships and goodwill. A groundbreaking moment in her diplomatic work came in 1990 when Anne became the first British royal to visit the Soviet Union, a visit during a time of significant political transformation. She returned to Russia in 2016 to commemorate the 75th anniversary of Operation Dervish, underscoring her commitment to historical and military remembrance. Anne's dedication extends beyond state visits. Since 1970, she has been deeply involved with Save the Children, serving initially as its president and later as its patron. She has traveled to numerous countries, including Bangladesh, South Africa, and Mozambique, demonstrating a personal commitment to the organization's mission. Her efforts were internationally recognized in 1990 when Kenneth Kaunda, then president of Zambia, nominated her for the Nobel Peace Prize. Anne's charitable work spans over 200 organizations, encompassing a diverse range of causes. Her passion for healthcare is evident through her support for institutions like St. John Ambulance, where she serves as Commandant-in-Chief, and other medical organizations, including the Royal College of Midwives, the Royal College of Emergency Medicine, and the Magpie Air Ambulance. This involvement highlights her focus on medical and emergency services. Anne's dedication to education and professional development is equally noteworthy. Since 1981, she has served as Chancellor of the University of London, succeeding the Queen Mother, and has held the role of Chancellor of the University of Edinburgh since 2011, following in her father's footsteps. Through these positions, Anne has consistently championed higher education and remained actively involved in academic ceremonies and initiatives. Her commitments do not stop there. In 2007, she was appointed Grand Master of the Royal Victorian Order, succeeding her grandmother. Additionally, she has taken on roles previously held by her father, including President of the Royal Society of Arts and Master of the Corporation of Trinity House, reflecting her readiness to assume leadership roles within British institutions. Despite the breadth of her responsibilities, Anne's defining quality is her ability to maintain a packed schedule. In 2017, it was reported that she had undertaken more engagements than any other royal, including the Queen, solidifying her reputation as the hardest-working member of the royal family. Her approach to her duties, famously summarized by her statement, "Keep me busy, I'm here to work," encapsulates her philosophy of service. Her remarkable sense of duty was evident during the events following Queen Elizabeth II's passing in 2022. And became the first woman to participate in a vigil of the princes, standing guard beside her mother's coffin in St. Giles Cathedral, Edinburgh, and later in Westminster Hall, further demonstrating her profound commitment to tradition and family responsibility. This poignant act of respect and duty highlighted Anne's role as a steward figure within the royal family, ready to take on even the most solemn responsibilities. Her devotion to charity work continues through organizations like Mercy Ships, which operates hospital ships providing medical care in developing countries, and initiatives that encourage women to pursue careers in science, engineering, and construction. Her patronages reflect her broad interests and her desire to uplift communities and industries. Throughout her career, Anne has maintained a no-nonsense image, and while her sharp wit and sometimes blunt manner earned her the nickname, "her royal rudeness," in her youth, these traits have also cemented her reputation for sincerity and reliability. Unlike some other members of the royal family, she chose not to give her children titles. Even in her 70s, and shows no signs of slowing down. In 2023, she succeeded the Duke of Kent as President of the Commonwealth War Graves Commission, adding another title to her extensive list of responsibilities. This role, which involves preserving the memory of those who have died in conflicts, aligns with her long-standing support for military organizations. The enduring connection between Charles and Anne, though shaped by their unique paths within the royal family, has always been marked by a close, playful, and supportive bond. With just 21 months between them, the siblings spent much of their childhood together, navigating the challenges of royal life while their parents were often busy with official duties. From their early years at Buckingham Palace to their respective passions and responsibilities as adults, their relationship has been defined by camaraderie and mutual support. Growing up as toddlers at Buckingham Palace after their mother's coronation, Charles, Anne and became each other's primary playmates in a royal household where their parents frequently travelled for engagements. This early bond created a strong foundation that endured even as they embarked on different paths within the royal family. While Charles, as the heir apparent, was groomed for his future role as king, and established herself as one of the family's most hardworking and dedicated members, known for her extensive charity work and public engagements. Despite their distinct roles, their shared experiences of a royal upbringing strengthened their relationship. In recent years, glimpses of their playful dynamic have been visible to the public. During King Charles's coronation celebrations, a touching moment caught on camera showed Princess Anne greeting her brother with the affectionate nickname, "Hello, old bean." This simple exchange was a heartwarming reminder of their enduring connection and the playful spirit they have maintained over the years. Despite their serious royal duties, Charles and Anne have never hesitated to enjoy each other's company. Whether attending the Braemar Games or sharing laughs at Buckingham Palace, they have shown that amidst the pressures of royal life, there is always room for fun. Their shared love for equestrian pursuits has also played a significant role in strengthening their bond. Both Charles and Anne inherited their passion for horses from their mother, Queen Elizabeth II, who was an avid rider. In their youth, the siblings often rode horses together, bonding over their shared love for the activity. Even as adults, they have been seen attending polo matches, reflecting their mutual appreciation for equestrian sports. Beyond sports, Charles and Anne share a passion for gardening. During their childhood, they spent time nurturing a small vegetable patch at Buckingham Palace. Charles fondly recalls how he and Anne tried to grow tomatoes with the help of Mr. Nutbeam, the palace's head gardener. The siblings delighted in the simple joys of planting and cultivating their little garden, a hobby that has followed them into adulthood. Today, Charles is well known for his love of gardening, particularly at his residence, Highgrove House, where he has developed the famous Highgrove Gardens. His passion even extended to designing a garden for the IHS Chelsea Flower Show in 2001. While Anne may not be as publicly involved in gardening projects, she continues to appreciate the time spent outdoors connecting with nature. Their shared interests have allowed them to find common ground, fostering moments of togetherness away from their public responsibilities. Despite their busy schedules, Charles and Anne have always prioritized making time for one another over the years, and steadfast support for her brother has been a testament to the strength of their relationship. She has stood by him during challenging times, particularly following the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, and played a significant role in the ceremonies and traditions marking the transition period. She was by Charles's side during the late Queen's procession, symbolizing her unwavering support as he stepped into his new role as king. During the coronation, Anne was given the prestigious title of Gold Stick-in-Waiting, a historic position that signified her role as a bodyguard entrusted with the monarch's safety. Additionally, she served as a personal aide-de-camp to Charles, riding on horseback behind him and Queen Camilla, a clear display of her commitment to her brother and his responsibilities. Their bond extends beyond their shared duties, rooted in mutual respect and a shared sense of humor. Over the years, they have been seen sharing laughter at public events, whether during official engagements or family gatherings. One particularly memorable moment was during the late Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations, where Charles and Anne were spotted joking and enjoying each other's company. Anne's loyalty to Charles was further demonstrated during a difficult period when he faced a health scare in 2024. Early that year, Buckingham Palace announced King Charles's cancer diagnosis, a revelation that shocked the world. Following a routine procedure to treat benign prostate enlargement, doctors discovered a separate health issue, which subsequent tests revealed to be a form of cancer. While the palace clarified that it was not prostate cancer, they did not disclose further details about the specific type. Despite widespread concern, Charles remained composed and expressed gratitude for the swift medical intervention and the public's support. His doctors recommended a series of regular treatments, leading him to temporarily step back from many public-facing duties. Though Charles maintained a strong spirit, it was evident that his health required careful management, impacting his ability to fulfill some royal responsibilities. As Charles began his treatment and reduced his public engagements, questions arose about how the king's duties would be managed during this period. Princess Anne, known for her relentless work ethic and dedication to royal responsibilities, stepped up without hesitation. She quietly shouldered many of the roles typically undertaken by Charles, ensuring there were no gaps in the royal presence. From attending state functions to representing the family at international events, and became the steady hand guiding the monarchy through a potentially turbulent time. However, this period also brought to light some underlying tensions within the family. Reports surfaced of a subtle yet significant rift between Anne and Queen Camilla. The disagreement was not about who would take on the king's duties but rather how they should be managed. Camilla believed Charles should maintain a limited number of public engagements to project strength and resilience, even while undergoing treatment. Her intention was to reassure the public, but this approach placed pressure on Charles to appear in public when his health might have required more rest. Anne, on the other hand, viewed this strategy as impractical and, at times, reckless. She felt Charles needed to focus entirely on his recovery, with the family stepping in to cover his duties without expecting him to push beyond his limits. Her perspective stemmed not only from her concern for her brother but also from her strong sense of duty. Renowned as one of the hardest-working royals, Anne has consistently taken on engagements without complaint. To her, the solution seemed straightforward: she would take on the extra workload, allowing Charles the time he needed to recover fully. The tension between Anne and Camilla seemed to grow behind the scenes as Anne took on more royal engagements than ever before. Camilla's approach to managing Charles's illness appeared, to some, as though she wasn't fully embracing her new role as queen in moments where presenting a united front would have been beneficial. The contrasting approaches of Anne and Camilla became evident, with insiders revealing that Anne believed Camilla should take on more of Charles's public duties herself rather than urging him to maintain his schedule despite his health challenges. Known for her forthright nature, Anne privately expressed her frustrations, questioning why Camilla continued with what seemed like a business-as-usual approach. Anne's stance was clear: the king's health should come first, and if that meant stepping back entirely from public duties, so be it. However, Camilla had a different perspective, believing that Charles's complete withdrawal, even temporarily, would create public concern and uncertainty. For her, the monarchy's stability and continuity depended on the public occasionally seeing their king, even during difficult times. Amid these differing views, it was Anne who shouldered the burden of additional responsibilities. Despite the growing pressure, she remained diplomatic and ensured no tension showed in public. Those close to her knew she was under immense strain, but her unwavering commitment saw her traveling across the country, attending events, and even stepping into roles beyond her usual duties. Anne took on these responsibilities not for recognition but because she felt it was her duty to support her brother and ensure the monarchy ran smoothly. As Charles's health improved, he gradually resumed some of his engagements under careful medical supervision. The palace announced that his treatment would continue but shared that he was feeling optimistic about his recovery. Throughout this period, Anne continued to provide support, stepping in whenever needed while keeping a watchful eye on her brother's well-being. In a dramatic turn, Princess Anne reportedly broke her silence, making a statement that shocked many. She hinted at revealing the truth about Camilla's actions during Charles's time of need, suggesting Camilla might not be fit for her role as queen. This emotional announcement saw Charles visibly moved, with tears in his eyes as he acknowledged Anne's enduring dedication and resilience over the years. Camilla, on the other hand, appeared visibly shocked by this unexpected shift. Sources suggested this culminated in a surprising decision by King Charles, who reportedly named his sister, Princess Anne, as the new queen. Insiders explained that Charles's decision was rooted in his deep trust in Anne, who had consistently demonstrated resilience and a tireless work ethic throughout her life. For Charles, Anne embodied the strength and dedication needed to navigate the modern challenges of the monarchy, making her the ideal choice to lead the royal family forward. Anne is reportedly more than willing to accept this role, having dedicated her life to royal duties without seeking the limelight. At this crucial moment, she is prepared to step forward, ready to serve as a leading figure rather than remaining in the background. Her decision reflects her commitment to the monarchy and her belief that she can effectively support her brother in this new capacity. While Anne's relationship with Camilla has been strained, this shift might be her way of standing firmly by Charles's side, confident that she can uphold the royal family's values and responsibilities more effectively. What do you think about this significant decision? Share your thoughts and stay tuned for more updates.